In this class, we'll learn about blinking of one LED by using Arduino board. So since this is going to be your first practical, and if you listen very carefully, it'll be an easy one. So let's start doing that. We know that in order to do something in Arduino, we need two steps. That is, first we need to set up the circuit boards and the connections. And secondly, we'll be doing the coding by making use of the text. So let's keep this one aside. Let's also remove this one. And here, for this practical, we'll be using the Arduino board, the breadboard, and we'll also need an LED. Since we're going to do the blinking of one LED, let us connect one LED here. In our real practical point of view, if we directly connect this LED with the Arduino board, it might get damaged. So to avoid that one, we'll be using a resistor. So bring a resistor here and connect to one of the terminal of the LED. It can be either the left one or the right one, but most preferably to the left one. So if we check here, when we click on the resistor, it gives a window here. You can either make it 1 kilo ohm. Here it says kilo ohm and all. So you can either make it 1 kilo ohm, or let's use 220. So I'm using 220 ohms, and in the real also we usually get in terms of 220 ohm or 1 kilo ohm, like that. So we'll be using this 220, which is enough to avoid breaking of this LED. So this LED also, you can also change the color. If I click here, you'll be able to change the color from here. So it says it can be green. All this color, you can select any one of this, but let it remain red for now. And let us do the connection. So here we have already connected this resistor with one of the terminal of the LED. We have two terminals, so one of them is being connected to the resistor, and from this resistor all these pins are connected. So connect this one with this one here. Another one, this terminal or this one, either one of them, because they're all connected. So connect this one with the plus of your Arduino board. So after connecting that, let's make the habit of using one of the color as a red one. So one is black because I have connected with the minus or the negative terminal, and this one is going to be connected with the ground. So remember, for blinking of LED, we'll be connecting with one of the terminal of the LED with the ground, and another one with 13 pin. So ground will be connected with this one here, that is negative, and this one will be connected with this one. You can also directly connect here also, but let's make it more accurate. Let's connect it with this one here, and color this one with color this as black because it's a ground. So ground goes from here till here, and from here it goes to the resistor, and from the resistor it goes to the one of the LED terminal. Another LED terminal is connected to this one here, which is connected to this wire here, and this connector is connected to the 13 pin. That means ground and 13 are connected as minus and plus of this LED. So once we are done with the connection of the circuit, we can go back to the coding. And for coding, let us keep it somewhere here so that we can also check the coding as well as the circuit also. So click on this coding, and as we have learned in our previous class, that the first part of the coding is void setup, and here we'll be opening and closing the bracket. In between the brackets, we'll be writing the functions. And since we're using the pin number 13 in our Arduino board here, pin number 13, so you need to mention that we're going to use that pin number. So it is called as pin mode. Remember, M is capital here, and within the bracket you write pin number 13, and it is going to be used for output because we're going to give the data from here or the current from here. We're not going to take the current from here, or not from the LED. We're only going to give, which means output. So 13 and then write output here. So in other way, or in other words, you can say that pin number 13 is used for output purpose. And since we're going to use only one pin, that is enough for now. And the next one is called the void loop, as we have learned in our previous class. That is void loop. And even this one, whenever you write a function, it always has an opening bracket and then closing bracket. And in between these two brackets, you can write any statement or any other functions. And since we're going to turn on the LED, we're going to give some current, or we are going to give an output, which is called as the digital, because we're using the digital pin. So it's digital write, and inside this function, we're going to turn on the LED by giving current through the pin number 13. So pin number 13 is going to set high, which means current is on now. High means on. And then let us check once. If I go up here and start simulation, you can see that it's already turned on now, but it's not turning off. What we need is it should be blinking, which means it should turn on and turn off and then turn on again, and it'll keep on repeating, which means looping. So for that, we have already turned it on, but we also need to turn it off. So to turn it off, you can give digital write and then 13 low, which means to turn it off. So if I play this one, or if I start simulating, see, you cannot see you can see that it's not even blinking, because there is no duration or there is no delay between high and low. Turning on, turning off, there is no time limit between this one. How long it will be turned on, it's not mentioned in our code. So we need to mention how long it will be turned on or how long it will be turned off. So for example, if I write delay means how long this one will stay. The duration for how long this one will stay, just above to this one, above to this function, whatever is there, it will stay for that much of time. So here I want to let it stay for 1 second. So I'm going to write 1000. 1000 means 1000 milliseconds, which is a second. That is 1 second. So I want to let it stay for 1 second, and then it will turn off. So even for turning it off, it will stay for 1 second. So it will turn on for 1 second, and then here this two coding means it will turn on for 1 second, and this one is for turning off for 1 second. So after writing that, let us check again, start simulation, and then you can see that it's blinking now. So if you think it's too slow, you can make it smaller here, the delay. Let's make it half, that is 500, and then here also 500. So if I start simulation, on, off, see, it's much faster now. So that is how you can do the blinking of one LED. So remember, you need to make the circuit first. After, you'll have to come back to the coding. So here in this part of the coding, suppose if I make any other mistakes, like if I click on start simulation, it says some kind of error is given, and in which line it is the error is given, it will also be mentioned here. Anyway, so we know that this is the error here. So if I remove that one, error will not be shown now. So that is how you can do a blinking of one LED by using Arduino board and this coding. In the next class, we'll see more about blinking of LED by making use of more LEDs.